So it's crazy. It's crazy to think. It's crazy to reflect on that and go, everything that I lived up to a certain point in life helped me get to here. It helped me win in life, but to flourish in multiple facets, I had to kill that alpha male to see the masculine male and how it really should be defined and is defined: vulnerability, followership, leadership through action, humility, right? And really another vulnerability, and another key component that I would line up with vulnerability is the ability to ask for help, even in the smallest of situations.
Yeah.
Not the big situations, the small ones, right? That's
Yeah.
huge.
I mean, that's a superpower, right? To be
Yeah,
able to to be able to see vulnerability as an opportunity and not a deficiency, right?
mm,
We we actually invite empathy and compassion and growth and understanding when we are able to say, you know what, maybe I don't have the answer. Maybe I'm just going to shut up and listen. um, but then also, when you realize you don't have the answer, you reach out, you ask somebody, right? And that's why the alpha males, very rarely do you see them with a tribe, so to speak, right?
yeah,
Well, they may have their boys club, or they may have their, you know, their the place that they hang out, but they don't have deep, true connections. Um, and I mean, that's, man, I thank God that I learned how to do that. And I never thought of myself as a alpha male,
mm-hmm.
but I always had that mentality of, I have to be the one to do this. I'm the only person I can rely on. I can't open up about anything, and I can't be honest with people about how I feel, because I can't let them see that maybe I don't have the answers. Because to show that meant that I was weak or that I was dumb, right? And well, the reason that I protected that, and I protected myself from other people seeing that or thinking that about me, was because I thought those things about myself, you know? And that's where the pain point was. But it was in really developing, learning how to develop like masculine relationships with other men
Mm-hmm.
where we could be vulnerable with each other and we could talk about things that you just don't talk about with other people. That's where I learned that, yeah, you know what? I'm not an idiot. I'm not in over my head. I'm not dumb. I'm actually, I'm actually, I'm actually pretty sharp. But it was an internal change, right? It was something inside of me that switched, and it began to believe that, right? Through self-examination and learning some emotional awareness and emotional intelligence, and you know, that's, yeah. But you had an idea. I could see it on your face. So what
No,
was
yeah,
it?
definitely getting into the value of a men's group, a tribe. So men's support group sounds so cliche, right? Tribe tends to resonate a little better, but I mean, it's potato potato, right? It's all the same. Um, I think what I really want to identify here is the um, when you're in that space of alpha male, your men's group are ones that will coach you up in that that realm as far as um, when you're being an asshole, they will justify you. They will help justify you versus call you out, right?
Yeah.
They will never be honest enough to say you're stupid or right in the sense of jokingly, man, you stupid, right? Like that type of stuff will come across, or man, be for real, But it's never like, hey, man, are you for real? Like, why are you feel that way, right? It's never a feeling question doesn't come in that way. Um, but the call outs are different in an alpha male group, right, or alpha male centric communication. Let me put it that way, versus in a masculine communication or a tribe support group, because in an alpha male support group, it's Mr. Nice Guy. I don't want to hurt his feelings. Well, if I do, it's too bad. He just got to accept me. I'm being real and raw, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
It's never the
I'm real.
yeah.
I'm as real
Right.
as they come, man. If you don't like it, that's because you weak.
Right.
Yeah. Okay. Come on now.
Right. The same message can be delivered as a masculine man, and that's just in sharing with someone what you received as information, how you interpret it, and where you need the connecting points to understand where that man is. Alpha man, there is no connecting points. Like, I'm just real, man. Man, you all up in your feelings.
Yeah. Well, and if you think about it, all those is just some kind of a justification or like a self-justification.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, they don't like the way I say that, and it kind of bothers me that they don't really like the way I say that. But that's because that's their problem. I'm real. I'm just being real and honest. Whereas a masculine man just says it. It is. This is. It is what it is.
Yeah.
There's no emotion behind it.
Think
There's
about
no
what you just said.
justification.
The same thing you just said was, if they don't like the way I say it, I'm already projecting. If you said it to me the same way, I would not like it.
Yeah.
Right? I would not like your realness and rawness. So if I have to, that's like you said, if I got to justify it, right? Whereas the masculine doesn't have to justify it. Is willing to explain and help define, right? When asked upon it, or asked about it, excuse me, but doesn't have to pre-qualify or post-qualify a statement.
Yeah, it's like, okay, I see that what I said has made some kind of impression on you. Would you like to talk about that? Yes or no. I mean, it's probably not the best question, but what kind of feelings have come up with me saying that? And it's calm, right? And that's getting to understand. Okay. Well, maybe my delivery wasn't that great.
Yeah.
And I could have done better with that. I really could have. And maybe what I thought was the right thing didn't take into consideration what plans or thoughts or feelings you had. Would you like an opportunity to share that? We can discuss that, because I'm open to a suggestion, right? And that's to me, that's true leadership. That's a collaborative leadership. And I guess that's really one of the bigger differences, right? To the perception of masculinity and the reality of masculinity. The perception is that it doesn't allow for collaboration, that it's a one-way street, that it's very not so much assertive but combative, right? And the reality of masculinity is that it's a two-way street. It's collaborative. It's open to suggestion. It's open to learn. And it's willing to say, okay, I was wrong. I own that. I own that.
There it is.
And yeah, I own it.
Yeah.
I made a mistake.
Yeah.
Right?
As you were speaking, that's exactly what was resonating with me was, I own that, right? I said that. I own the fact that I missed my delivery, right? I don't have to. I don't have to turn around like, well, my intentions were. Doesn't matter. I missed the delivery.
Yeah, and maybe it wasn't even the way I said it. Maybe it wasn't the delivery. Maybe the problem was that I completely failed at acknowledging that this decision should have been a two-way discussion. Okay, yeah. Can I backtrack this? Can we go back to that point and change the decision that was made? Without it, costing some ego points, right? And that's really what the difference is. Like the alpha male mentality, the perception of masculinity is that it is driven by ego, and with true masculinity, there's no ego involved at all, right?
Yeah.
Does that mean the truly masculine man is always perfect? No, heck no. He's going to lose his cool. He's going to put his foot in his mouth, and he's going to do these things. The difference is he can own it because his ego may have flared up in a moment, but then he can step back and be like, oh, I see where that was coming from. That had nothing to do with you. That's because there's a weak little boy inside of me that just flared up, and I got to deal with that. And so I'm gonna step back, and we can figure out how to fix that.
So we focus on relationships when it's within the confines of marriage, right? So this question is we're going to get back into that easily, right? That's where we stick our biggest feet at, right, and stand in the concrete.